Good morning, Sainers. Welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel. Bit of a different video today. The BNF was last night. Didn't attend. Went last year and it was awesome. Didn't attend this year. Thought I'd just watch it at home and have a nice low-key night. And congratulations to Callum Wilkie. Sensational season and definitely a deserving winner. I actually thought Rowe had it in the bag. I had a post ready for Rowe before the night even happened, but Cal Wilkie, sensational, sinks again. Josh Battle third, which is interesting, and then Rowan Marshall fourth. And Nasiah fifth. So fantastic for all of those players, minus one of them. But the main thing that I guess caught everyone's attention, caught my attention, I absolutely loved it, was our president's speech. Not his whole speech. His whole speech was great, and I always look forward to hearing what Andrew Bassat has to say. But it was just about a 2 to 3 minute part of his 8 or 9 minute speech, which talked directly to equalisation in the AFL, or the lack thereof, father-son rules, NGA, all that sort of stuff. And it's created a bit of a stir online. It's created a bit of a reaction from, I guess, the broader AFL community. Some people absolutely loving what he has to say, and then other people just doing what they normally do, which is not watch the full speech, think that he's saying what he's saying to basically complain about the lack of success. They're basically thinking that what he said is linked directly to St Kilda's lack of success, which is absolutely not the case. If you watch the whole speech and not just comment on Twitter based on 20 seconds that someone's screen recorded, you'll know that for the majority of that lead up, he's talking about it's on us. It's on the organisation to get things right, and we haven't got things right. But he's also being realistic in saying, well, the landscape, it's not a level playing field. It's not equal for everyone. And he goes into an example of the Brisbane Lions.
A great time after half-time when it was pretty clear that Brisbane was going to win. Every single commissioner I found, I did find, and the conversation went to the effect of, I've got a great idea. How about you give the best player in the draft to Brisbane this year? And then I'd start walking away and say, oh, don't charge them for it. The system's an absolute nonsense. It's complete and utter nonsense.
Just straight off the top, for people that can't be bothered watching the whole speech, don't even comment, don't even share your thoughts, because how can you share your thoughts when you don't know the context to what he's saying? He's not saying get rid of father-son. He's not. And a lot of people online are saying, well, he wouldn't be complaining if we were picking up Nick Riewold's kids or Lenny Hayes' son or whatnot. It still stands. Clubs like Brisbane are going to get players like Ashcroft for nothing, and they need to be paying a premium. And he's saying they just need to pay more. He's not saying get rid of it. He's saying it's too easy for these things to happen. And it's not like it's a one in every 10 years situation. It happens almost every year. A good club, a top club, is acquiring points from picks 40, 50, 60 to acquire a player that's probably a top 5 draft pick. So Brisbane are going to do that again this year. And they're going to reap the benefits while clubs like us kind of sit at the bottom. So what I love about what Andrew Bassat has to say is that he is standing up for our club. He is a president that's putting his neck on the line and saying he's going to fight for this until the day he's no longer president. Maybe even beyond that, he'll continue to fight this fight. And we've been a middling club for our entire history. He admitted that. It's time for us to stand up. And I love what he said, like the quote.
And our role is meant to be to just make up the numbers and not complain about it.
And he's sick of it. He's sick of it. And he's been passionate about this for a long time. Even Caroline Wilson earlier in the year, she talked about this on Footy Classified, that he's fighting the fight in regards to Vic clubs against Northern Academies and against father-sons. She talked about St Kilda's pushing the hardest for less draft concessions, because you look at Tassie coming in, you look at what Gold Coast, the Giants, Brisbane are going to reap the rewards, Sydney, all these clubs are just getting these players that, like Richmond won't even get a say in getting the best player in the draft this year. and they finished bottom, but the premiers get it. So I don't understand why people are attacking him. I think what he said makes sense. And, Mitch Cleary was very quick on the pulse last night, took that screen cap, 2 minutes there. He says St Kilda president Andrew Bassat, who has used the BNF to again tee off on the AFL's draft system, like Mitch Cleary is, basically saying, look at Andrew Bassat, he's wrong. It's like, Mitch Cleary, mate, like, come on. What I love is that the first person to comment, the first comment that pops up is my mate Kane Cornes, and he says, he's spot on. That's it. Kane, it's the best thing Kane's ever said. Like comments like they could have had Bont and Petrarca, but they chose Billings and McCartan, so it's their own fault. It's got nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing to do with it. Our missed draft picks is on us, which Andrew Bassat covered. He talked about it. Some people are saying that, it looks like he's whinging. It looks like, he's dampening the night last night at the BNF. That, what kind of message does that send to the playing group? To me, that sends a message that you've got a guy leading the way as president, and he's battling the big battles to benefit the club, to benefit the AFL, all of these other clubs. Someone has to do it. And for too long, no one's done it. They've just let it be. And a lot of people are like, well, it is the way it is, I don't understand this sort of approach in the Australian culture. Is just, it is what it is. Like, change can't happen. Why can't change happen? Why can't he push for change? I think it's about time. And I think he called for unity off the back of this. He doesn't want it to be something that, distracts us or we use as an excuse. He wants us to be galvanized off the back of this. It's us against everyone, because we know that's the way it's been. But it's kind of been an unspoken feeling about it, and we're supposed to just accept it, like he said. I disagree. I think what he said is sensational. I think Ross Lyon backed it up perfectly, and I think it sets us up for a massive, year next year. Knowing the AFL, they're going to give us like pick 50 for Josh Battle now because of what Bassett said. So he'll get pinned on that. Imagine if they reprimand him. Imagine if the AFL reprimand him like they reprimand Ken Hinkley for just having a bit of biff, a bit of banter. It's kind of like people agree with what he's saying, but they also don't like it because it's coming from a St Kilda president. If the Collingwood president, if another bigger club president said what he said, funnily enough, they don't. I wonder why. It would be okay, but because it's St Kilda, it's not okay. Why is the kid that's, being bullied throughout school, why is he the one standing up to the bully now, But that's what he's here to do. And we're here to be a successful team, and to do that, you need to be ruthless on and off the field. And Ross is covering the on-field stuff, and Bassett is covering the off-field stuff. So I think what he said is great. I know some people are going to disagree with me, but I just wanted to share my thoughts. When I saw it, I was just like fist pumping like the screen. I was like, let's go. Like, I don't know. It just kind of got me really fired up a little bit. And it's not every day you see a president kind of go at the AFL and go at, the general sort of landscape of the sport that we all love as hard as he did. Like, I've spoken to him many times, in the rooms or at training, and he's one of the most passionate St Kilda people I know, that I've met. So I'd love to chat to him soon. Hopefully I can put that, get that happening for the channel. But that was my thoughts. I love it. Let me know what you think, Saners. I think it has merit. Obviously, no change this season in terms of the father-son and what Brisbane have to pay to get Ashcroft, but it kicks in next season, which Bassett, kind of mentioned. He's like, of course, it's not happening this season. I don't see it as a whinge. I see it as him just kind of explaining his role and what his focus is among everything else that, the club is trying to get right, to obviously give us the best chance of success. Because we can only do so much, and then you've got the game that you're in, the rules that are put in front of you that hinder some and benefit others. And I think he just clearly pointed that out and used that as kind of a call to arms for the St Kilda fans. So let me know your thoughts, Saners. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I loved what he had to say. That's what a president has to do, put themselves on the line for the benefit of the club, and I think that's what he's doing. It's not the reason we're where we are at all. we will do everything we can to be undeniable. But yeah, that's just my thoughts, Saners. Thank you very much for watching and indulging me. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care, and as always, go you mighty Saners. See you guys.